I wanted to let everybody know I'm back at a fun-filled day, which is actually my day off. But if you work for yourself, you really never get a day off. And I was starting to prep work. I'm going to cut that bed liner up in pieces. That's Holly Ann's bed that I bought for her. And I looked underneath it. It's pretty nice for what it is. There's a little rust spot about down there. If you're following my finger, that needs attention before the winter. And that's what I'm doing is I'm going to flip this bed over and coat the underside of it, and it'll be right side up for the winter. And the bad spots on it, they'll get some primer so they stay for the winter. And I'll actually put an epoxy coating, and then I had a fight getting these things apart. That's what that stuff's all about. Two of them came out. The other two, I'm probably going to have to take the air hammer. But I'm getting ready for winter in the same token as I mean by clean up, because she's had my whole house upside down in my shop. When you take a truck totally apart, I'm going to give you some advice, because like this, I'm going over this. I never found much value in some tools like I did this, but you couldn't even see the bottom of this workbench, and finally it's going to get cleaned at the end of today. It's beer 30, and that's stuff that'll vex you. Okay, that slithered out after I fired it up. I'm going to wipe the engine all off after the video and wipe the machine down, because people say to me, Uncle Dutch, that looks like the machine that you got off of me how many years ago? Yeah, it's still the same machine, because I don't let my stuff just sit. What else would you do when you're retired? But you make your life worthwhile. We've got that Muppet in the White House destroying this country. By the way, if you think I'm going to buy one of those clown cars, I got news for Biden. Okay? I was a soldier. I fought for freedom. And I fought for my automobile. I fought for my Silverado. I fought for my trucks. All of them. Every goddamn one of them. Okay? I bought that with my American money and not my welfare money. Okay? While I was working. Okay? Sounds healthy. A couple of these bikes going by today, they're custom bikes. They have Wheels of Time going down in the Allentown, Macungie area there. Macungie. Macungie sounds like something you don't want to get on your shoe. It's a Dutch name after the Indians. The way the Dutch sounded, it sounds like something perverted, but it's not. It's an actual town, Macungie. But anyway, that's the way my uncle used to say it, and Frank, my one partner. They were all Dutchmen, and they had that accent, and it was comical at times. I have a little bit of it. People detect it, especially when I go down south. Like, where are you from? New York? No, I'm not from fucking New York. Don't insult me like that. I said, I'm from the Pocono Mountains. I said, I said, I go to New York as little as possible. When I do, I go as heavily armed as possible. Uh, so the point of my video is, it's that time of the year to get stuff cleaned up. It's not the time to sit on your ass, because I got these bushes, and these bushes are going nuclear cycle on me. They're overgrowing everything. So I have other projects that I've got to get done. But the thing is to tell people to go over your equipment, okay? Just like I had that little tool. Got another really low flying jet again. I don't know whether we have an airport over here. Um, I'm next to the world's biggest shithole. And we've had such a hot summer here. We don't normally in the summer, the Poconos here, we get heat, we get humidity. But I know just how a goddamn Pop-Tart feels like it in the toaster right now. I'm telling you, it's the way I am. I'm worn to a frazzle from the heat. I'm not sleeping right either. This is disturbing what's going on in our White House, and we have these Muppets in there that are overriding, superseding the law, and circumventing the Constitution. Our forefathers were smart enough to dictate in that Constitution, just like the Second Amendment, shall not be infringed. That document was set there to protect people from us, from people like them. And I've got news for Biden, okay? I'm going to tell you something. Him and Putin, Mr. Putin, call me. I want to show you what a real man is. I wouldn't be afraid to get my ass kicked, even if he is handy. But you know what? 9 chances out of 10 guys like Putin, I could wrestle with a tame bear and a lion and all that other dumb shit. I'm not afraid to die. But I'll tell you what, mankind, that's the beast to fear, is the two-legged fierce beast. Okay? And Putin, I'd like to, people, if you can get my video, anybody sees it, show it to that Russian asshole and tell him I'd like to match him. Just me and him, square off. No gloves, bare fists. That's it. And I'll show that Muppet exactly what he is. He's a coward and he's a flake. But anyway, it hurts. It hurts being retired. It hurts to pay extra for food. I actually had to dip in savings just for food this week. And that's because of Biden, Pelosi, and that shithead Adam Shifty that's involved in it. Chuck E. Cheese, you big fat communist rat. And McConnell, Mr. Magoo, he's another one that needs a good beatdown. Him and Schumer, they need a beatdown. Worse, Pelosi, I'm hoping somebody blows them up. I'm just hoping one day they go out and just like they're doing to Putin's buddies. And hopefully that'll happen to Putin. But anyway, just so it's out on YouTube, I'd like to square off with Putin. Bare knuckles, no gloves, no rules, just mine. That red barn out there, I had that with a couple people with a big mouth, and they left here with their tail between their legs, and that's why I still have all my teeth at my age, and after 8 tours of duty overseas. I'm as tough as I am smart, and probably in my old age now, I'm not as tough as I think I used to be, because I'm not. I have health problems, and especially at night, my leg acts up after being on it all day. I'd have to rest up a day or 2 or 3, but Putin and I, we'd go a couple rounds, and I'd teach him a lesson. So, be nothing I want to do when I'm here after a day of work, okay, or a week of work. I like to rest up. I don't know what's up with that jet. That's the 3rd time that thing's been around, and it's. He has the fans on, like he has the turbo. He has the when you land, you reverse your engines. He's flying around with that thing reversed, and it's the 2nd pass that he's done it. There's something up with that. Well, it's not the first time we had one crash land out there, but anyway, it's beer 30, and I wanted you guys to enjoy my suggestive advice that when you clean up at the end of the summer and you get your fall equipment out to go over it, wipe it off. Treat it like with kid gloves. I know carburetors go. I pick a lot of equipment up because people are too lazy